Hello and welcome back. Okay, last time we found perhaps the source of the map stuttering in this part of the world. That is the Hanging Man Fort, which has been spawning patrols, it seems, that have been unable to leave the location, so they've been stuck on top of the fort. We already fought one battle here against close to 100 enemies, and we won because it was night time and it was against mostly poachers, funnily enough. Anyways, I already had a crash here, so I started the episode and we camped until nightfall and I started to move on the fort and then the game crashed. So let's see, can we even clear this location? Can we solve the stuttering issue for the extent that it is caused by the Hanging Man Fort? So let's camp here for a bit. Then I will click on the fort and the game will probably lag. And hopefully we can actually do the battle and the fort will be gone. We shall see. We shall see. So yes, it is even possible that the game is just has reached a point that will cause it to not be unfinishable, this run, if I can't actually clear something like this. There might also be other locations like this that have been bugged out on the map. That is possible, though it must be said that I've noticed the severe map stutter only on this part of the world. Anyways, it's sunset, so now I will click on the Hanging Man Fort. The game will, like I said, most likely lag, but hopefully we'll actually get to do the battle and clear the location. Yes, there's the lag. So let's patiently wait. Will we actually get the battle screen here? I've never encountered something like this in all my time playing this game, though it must be said, of course, that this is perhaps... well, I don't remember. Now it says undead. Yes, the game might have crashed. The game might have crashed. Anyways, I don't know. Do I need to use the world editor to clear this location or something? Because we can't really seemingly do anything about it. I would like to finish the run as well. Nothing's happening, so... I don't know. I'll still wait. Anyways, what I was trying to say earlier is that this is probably my longest run in this game ever. And it is, of course, modded. So some mod is probably causing this bug. I don't remember if the Beast Slayer run that I did in Legends lasted longer. It might have, but I didn't encounter anything like that there. Okay, now it's day 370 and morning, and somehow we have not reached our destination, so I might just have to use the world editor. I've never used it to clear locations, but I'll just have to try and see if that's something we can do. Troubling. Yeah, it seems like the game is really not... Now it's day 370 dusk. We are close to the location. We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Jeez. Insane. Just insane. Okay, well, I suppose we'll just still give this a bit of time. And now it's supposedly midnight, but it's bright outside, so okay. There's a confident group of enemies, a patrol, on top of the location, seemingly. Is anything going to happen? We're here. Day 372 sunrise. My group has disappeared. So it seems like I can't really... Am I inside of the location? What the... What? Okay, yeah, this is... Yeah, okay. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just have to see if the world editor can fix this, I guess. So... Yeah. Alright, so here we are again. There's the bugged Hanging Man Fort. And I did briefly look into it. It seems like the world editor is only for legends, and I don't even know if you can destroy locations with it. So for now, what I will do is just leave this place, this cursed place. And that's going to be my workaround, so we'll need to remember that this place is highly troubled, to put it mildly. Yeah, now it claims there's undead there again. The game is still lagging, but perhaps we can make it work if I just run away. Well, here we are at, what's this place? There's a contract. Drive off brigands at Hanging Man Fort. Now, that is ironic. I wonder if I accept this, will this actually clear some issues there, because it might overwrite what's inside. I'm going to try this. It's pretty likely that nothing will come of this, it will just crash the game again, but let's go take a look. Can I actually... No, it's still lagging, okay. And it might have just crashed. I'm patiently waiting. Alright, I don't know. Can we even complete this run? I'm getting a bit worried about that. But yeah, my work around... Okay, yeah, I don't know. This might have just... This might be over. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to reload, it seems, because the game just can't handle it. It just cannot. Maybe there is a mod or something I can use to clear the location out of here. Maybe that would help. But yes, the game can't handle this, so yeah. Okay, so we're back here again. Let's see if I can get away. Let's go in this direction this time. So let's try to avoid this area of the world. I seem to be still lagging, but maybe now it's a bit better. Drive off brigands at Shappy Shack. We'll probably pass on that. Helmo the Tower is here, as well as Reinhardt the Beggar. Helmo the Tower, 62 melee skill somehow. Max rolled plus dexterous, no stars though. -1 melee defense. Well, I think we'll pass. So, without the stars... Highly dubious if I can make this guy useful in the end game. Nice starting melee skill though. Reinhardt, the Beggar. He is a dastard, but that can be removed. 2-star melee skill 57, which is the max roll. This guy I think we'll keep around. But let's see, do we have Brave and or Fearless in the team? We need 2 of those, I believe, if memory serves. Oric is Fearless. Sadly, we don't have two of those. Maybe just because of that I should let him go. I don't know. We already do have two promise potential converts, right? Convert candidates, I mean. Suhail and Carlos. This guy definitely has a lot of potential. We can find someone with either brave or fearless and try to get the event to occur. So I guess we'll keep him around for now. So let's call him Bot Convert. I suppose I'll give him some stuff as well. So we have a Rondel Dagger. I'll give that to someone. Pakon. Also some bandages are laying around in the inventory. Let's distribute some of those. It's only -1 fat, so worth, I guess. Carry them. Let's also give this guy something to wear. Something to use. That's a bit heavy for him. Do I have like a medium helmet? It seems that the answer is kind of yes, so let's go with that. Alright, and yeah, I'll need to try to remember that this part of the world is not safe to hang around. It seems we're probably fine in the other parts of the world though, so the run can continue. So let us go to Schwertfeste, and it is dusk, of course, so let us wait. Well, we have things to repair, so it's not completely wasted time. The sacrifice was on day 353, so actually we'll get the next one pretty soon. I'll check if this guy is dumb. He is not. And Swordmasters, sadly, cannot be dumb. Okay, let's get some training, I suppose. So I guess, actually first, let's check the weaponsmith. There is a famed, it seems, one-handed hammer. It's not fantastic. I will leave it there, because no one would use it. Alright, let us continue with training. Plenty of money to be wasted here. Well, it's not a waste. It feels a little bit steep, but it's not a waste. Anyways, I was also considering whether to get spears for Vander here. Let's take a look at Vander in more detail. So he has parry. I was mistakenly, for some reason, I don't know why, my brain just doesn't work always. I was considering getting shields at one point, but I realized that he already has parry, so those wouldn't work. So he is getting finesse to enable him to do more things. So spears, if I were to get spears, that's to help him hit things. And also so that the attacks cost no fatigue. Let's see, can he get Finesse, Weapon Master, and 3 weapon perks? It seems like no. Yeah, he just quite cannot. Do I care about Weapon Master? There's also Combo, which I could take. I already have the Quick Hands, of course. The thing is, though, with Weapon Master, will he ever hit anything if I were to take that? So I think we should probably pass on that. The combo is still on the table, but are spears what I want? So if I want to hit things, even with spears, he might need fast adaptation for some fights. I could just get something else, of course, like maces. Maces plus fast adaptation. So fast adaptation, finesse, and mace mastery. That's 3 perks. And then I could still get combo. That kind of works. Kind of. I cannot get duelist if I do that. So my rationale for perhaps skipping the spears is that he doesn't have anything other than throwing nets that uses fatigue. So the spear flurry perk, which makes spear attacks cost 0 fat, isn't really that useful. So if I'm getting finesse, then... Well, I guess I could skip finesse. That's possible, yes. I don't know. Anyways, let's see. So Vander... I think it's probably between maces and spears, though. Swords have some sense, some logic behind them. Axes, I guess, as well. I mean, it's a pretty big ask if I want him to actually hit things for a while, unless he rolls very well with the remaining levels for melee skill. I could still opt to delay the decision of what to get, though. Definitely. But the thing is, my only planned perk at the moment is finesse. I have some other options, though. Wouldn't be such a big issue if veteran perks still existed, because I would have a little bit more leeway. It's not like Vander will necessarily be with us for the long term, though, so it's not that big of an issue if I screw him up somehow. Well, if you can even say that if there were even options that would screw him up. So either I try to hit things with spears, those get the reach advantage bonus is doubled or something. What is the proper way of putting it? Reach advantage grants an additional 15% more melee skill. So that would enable him to hit things. However, maces have a bit more utility. But with them, I definitely need fast adaptation. Not sure. Not sure what to do there. How about the other options that I already have? I mean, they're fine-ish. I could even use spears without weapon mastery. And in that case, I would take perhaps underdog, duelist, combo, and the finesse. So that would finish him. I'm so indecisive today. I think I'll still wait on that decision. Kind of wasting time, of course. Anyways, let's go to Dornberg. And I don't know, so the sacrifice is coming pretty soon, yes. So we'll need to head back north where the taverns lie, probably. Unless I want to stick around this area. Well, there's taverns here, yes. Some taverns, so these 3 places have booze, so that can alleviate mental issues that arise from certain traumatic events. So let's go to Dornberg. I guess I could have bought tools, etc. Well, we can do that here. Yeah, seems like the game can handle it, at least so far, as long as I stay away from this cursed location. So onwards to Dornberg. The thing with combo is that I would really need to think about it for quite a while, perhaps in some cases, whether it's actually worthwhile to take, because you might not actually have a good enough setup for it or not enough fatigue. Well, let's think about it for just a second here. So if I take spears, I already have quick hand, so theoretically I could switch into a two-handed spear, which of course disables my parry, but would enable combo to do things. Because with this, I usually wouldn't be using spear. Well, I guess in some battles I would. There is utility in that, but I don't know. Actually managing to hit things with it is not guaranteed by any means. In any case, let's get some, well, only one stack of tools is available. Food is available though. Nothing famed is here. Alright, so decision time. Do we stay in the south for a bit? And I guess we could also see if I can, at some point, if we run out of things to do, we could go here, north to Finstervale, where there's the closest tavern. Or do we just straight on head here again? There is an orc location here, and we are on the orc ambition, so I think we'll go south. So soon enough it will have been the 21 days, which is, if the wiki is to be believed, the cooldown between sacrifices. The minimum amount of days. Escort caravan to Hornwold. So there was an armorer there. No, it's this place. Well, there's a couple of reasons why not. First up, it's a long distance, so kind of wasted time. Secondly, it goes through the cursed area here, so it might even crash the game, maybe. And thirdly, the sacrifice might trigger pretty soon. Deliver cargo to Sudersande. Follow the tracks, one skull. Probably skip that. We can find something more interesting. Perhaps. Was it Sudersande that the delivery was to? I don't think it would be. Also, okay, it's in the last place I look. Why is this a two-skull? It's here. Why the hell is that a two-skull contract? Well, I'll take it. It's a dangerous journey. Supposedly. Also, since we're going this way, let's visit Thunfeste. Geralt the Lucky, you are only 130, so I guess we'll see if you're that lucky. 3-star range skill 38. Could have rolled better. Theoretically, he's semi-decent eventually in that, but Semi-decent is not good enough for me, I don't think. Not without some additional help, like maybe Back to Basics or Rising Star, I don't know. Maybe even those wouldn't really be enough for me to be enticed to keep him around. Okay, so let's deliver the cargo and then deal with Grotto of the Wild. I'd like to do it during the daytime. I guess there's a very slim chance there's a contract here for that specific place as well. Goblins at Thelox Grab. Okay, well, almost, but not quite. What is this? Fuskal follow the tracks. Yeah, I might actually take this. Is there a tavern here? No, but there are taverns nearby, yes. Let's take this. Southwest. Okay, I was hoping southeast, but southwest is fine. Sure, let's deal with the thieves first, and then... Okay, there's hyenas as well. That's nice, because we want some more hyena pots. Hyenas first. Okay, full leveling lineup, I'd say. There will be frenzied ones, of course, but still. We should be fine. So... Let's see here. Who do I leave out? I'll leave out Leonhard. He's level 11. Let's bring in Tostig, who's an actual cultist. And let's leave out Sven. I'm not going to leave out the tactician, especially not for a fight against potentially frenzied hyenas. But I guess I do want Reinhardt still in, so let's leave out... I mean, these two are leveling, yes, but let's leave out... Yeah, let's leave out Randolph. I've been leaving him out a lot. Partly actually because he still doesn't have a famed weapon. Still using just a regular, like a peasant, some kind of nomad peasant, like using a three-headed flail. Nothing special there. And let's put Vander into the front line, though the parry won't work, but it's fine. Also, yes, the game speed is at the very maximum. Well, the swifter combat speed. We'll keep it like that for now. Maybe even for the entirety of this battle. So, let's see here. Would be simpler if I still had the tank in the lineup. I could just engage there and that would just trigger them. This one is waiting. Well, let's see. Will any of them want to actually move on us? Seems like no. Well, this is probably fine. I'm not going to use the Blitzkrieg yet, but let's reposition perhaps a bit. This is the new Dastard. There we go. So it's going to be Blitzkrieg time now. I've waited for surround bonuses, etc., but it's fine. Yes, Wolf has leverage now. Yes. Keep on forgetting these things. Alright, so let's see, can I get all of them? Means I need to engage with all of them or leave enough alive. So these three won't flee. I suppose it's easiest to achieve by not killing all of them that I could right now. Okay, there we go. Alright, there we are. Reinhardt, level 2. Promised potential. Okay, so he does have parry and a star in range defense, so we'll probably go for that. Do I level initiative? He doesn't have flexible, but I could purchase that. He also does have quick for +10. For now, I will ignore the initiative. Let's just take the range defense, melee skill. Okay, where are the thieves? Over here. A few sword masters. Other than that, easy. Okay, well, just in case I want the nets in, they are already in. Do I use a tougher lineup? It's probably unnecessary to use a tougher lineup, but let's think about it for just a second here. I think I'd rather play it a bit safer, so let's bring in the tank and let's also bring in Sven. Maybe leave out Randolph though. Let's leave out Reinhardt, I guess. So might be using nets. Maybe. Ideally, we skip that, of course. Okay, so 2 sword masters and they're already advancing on us. %30 here. Well, they don't have underdog, for example, so maybe we'll get a better chance. Also, yes, the nets exist. And also onslaught exists, so let's use that. Okay, Horik does have decisiveness, so I guess we'll just begin here. Okay, 1 hit in. Sven is also decisive. 25% to disarm. I guess I go for it. Doesn't really matter, I think, since the rest of their lineup is quite weak. So Tostig is the Spear Master. Not the guy with leverage, that's Carolus, yes. Anyways, ideally, of course, we save all of the nets. And, well, even more ideally, we get these nets added to our collection. So let's see if I can manage that. I should be able to. We can take a bit of damage to accomplish that. Anyways, let's begin with the killing. We'll keep the combat speed up as well. Alright, so net or no net, I think we don't use them yet. Or I use like maybe one of them. We don't need to hit them that many times. If the map had more nets available easily, then it would be kind of a no-brainer. I think for now we'll try to do this without nets. We'll see if that's going to work out. Here it seems to be. Alright, so Wolf wants 3 allies, so I guess here. Okay, so disarm again. We've succeeded. %. So he has passing step as well as... No, he doesn't have footwork. Anyways, I think we can pretty much ignore this one now, for the most part. So let's see, Tostig. 55 hit points, steel brow, flexible. Need to be a little bit careful, but only a little bit, I guess. Nice. Nicely done. And it seems we get all of the nets as well. Very good. Oh yes, and I didn't even realize this, but disarming, of course, removes parry, so now it's actually easy to hit the Swordmasters. Let's take advantage of that while we can. Oh, and I don't have 3 allies. Oh well. Alright, someone needs to catch up with this bandit. Maybe it's the dog. Good boy. There we are. One level. Oh yeah, I've forgotten to sell. How did I forget that? Well, I did. So let's dump some things here. I suppose since that happened, since I forgot, we'll head back to the castle to sell there, or we'll go actually to the southern city-state. Maybe that's better. It's semi-nearby. $400 for that. Is it really worth prioritizing this loot here at this point? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just wasting time. Well, that's good enough. Vander, level 8, now picks up finesse, and we get ever closer to having to make a decision with the other perks. Mean rolls melee skill, well, that seems to incentivize the spears more. Might even skip fast adaptation if I take spears, we'll see. I don't know. +5 range defense, and +2 melee defense, +3 hit points, I guess. So now that I have finesse, I might skip spear flurry. I don't know. If I end up purchasing spears. Right, that's done. There is a beggar. Well, there's 2 beggars here. Well, don't mind if I do. There's also a cultist, actually. Okay, beggar, Thilman the Homeless. 2-star melee defense starting at 8. 20 resolve. So he's not terrible, but he's not wonderful. If he rolls well enough with the melee skill, he might even deal damage. I don't know. Then we have Theodobolt the Sluggard. Him I will let go, though he also has... Perhaps he would have a future. Okay, well, let's see about this cultist before I decide on this other fella here. Oh, is he actually good? He might be. Sadly, the melee skill is nearly mean rolled. He has discovered talent Rising Star, 3-star melee defense, starting at 7 thanks to sure footing, 3-star hit points. Man, if this melee skill were higher, he'd be a pretty damn good damage dealer even. As it stands, he has shields. He doesn't have range. One could even argue to skip the discovered talent. I don't know. I guess we'll keep him. And he needs nimbleness at some point. So, I don't know. So he's just seemingly just a guy you give the shield specs and shield perks and then throw him into a dangerous spot. But without Underdog and Steelbrow, we'll see if he can actually last. He also doesn't have Indomitable available. So if I manage to get 3-star melee skill soon from the discovered talent, then I guess he could also deal damage. The thing is also, since he's pretty low in the melee skill, well, he does have fast adaptation. But if I'm going to purchase Nimble, I cannot purchase spears, which would be perhaps the ideal weapon for him. Okay, we'll call this guy C+? ? and add a TR, trainee, into the end. So now the question is, do we keep Thilman the homeless? I think probably not. Probably not. He does have that melee defense, but not much else going for him. He's also dumb, and you don't need to be dumb, because you already would convert. You silly, silly guy. So you can go away. I'll give this guy, Mattis, the new guy, some gear. So he can at least carry things. Let's give him a fighting spear and a couple of nets for now. Oh yes, and speaking of inventory space and the like, we can fit things on this indebted here. So that frees up some space. Semi-curious about this fisherman actually, because you can of course get a good one. And we don't have anyone with the actual net perks, but for now I think we'll pass, and maybe pass forever. Let's get those nets. Let's get a bit of food. And a bit of other things. So yes, selling price here is 15. I'll offload some things. I guess we can do the orc location on the way to our destination, since the selling price is acceptable here. And even if the selling price were poor, it's probably better to do the orc location now, even if we can't quite fit everything in the inventory maybe. Especially if we find something else as well to kill along the way south. So now I have enough room, I think, but let's get rid of those and these. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, Grotto of the Wild Man. We've left this place be for a long time. So it's essentially the same fight we've had multiple times. Let's use the top lineup for this. Let's not underestimate it by any means. So let's see here. So Randolph will be in. And maybe Balduin. So who steps out? One of the new guys. Well, I say new, but they're level 9s now. Level 7 for Suhail. Let's leave out Suhail. I'm not going to use nets here, so let's bring instead Balduin, I think. He can bail someone out of a dangerous situation and die instead. And that's going to be better for everyone, except him. Right, so indeed, we are seemingly ready to go. Armor is... Sven's armor is a bit damaged. Only a bit, though. 93. I think it's good enough. It's in a good enough condition here. Especially with the bone plating. I'll keep the combat speed up for now, but I might lower it. 28 orcs. Probably use the Blitzkrieg straight away. Once again. Yeah, I think we will. And, well, I'll keep it as an option to reposition as well with the backup plan. Also, Randolph is here. Maybe that was a slight mistake. Because if someone's handling this flank, I don't think it should be Hakon. Should maybe have used Sven here instead. Anyways, Horik, I think you still wait, unless you want to really reposition. So there's a couple of obstacles here. We'll let Leonhard handle this gap here. Sven maybe waits all the way over there. We'll use Dieter here. I'll forgo the decisive. So Dieter here, maybe Fahad like all the way over there. And we'll see. Randolph moves like here to begin the next round, and we'll try to keep him as the guy to handle that flank. But that leaves the question of what to do with Hakon. Maybe we just aggressively reposition somewhere instead of attacking. So if I rotate him, he can attack twice here, so that's probably worthwhile. Maybe Sven just like moves here instead of allowing multiple opponents to have a shot on him. Just handles this, does nothing. That wastes his adrenaline as well as his decisiveness though. Cannot disarm these, right? Do they seriously not have savage strength? They don't. And obviously I've fought these before, but my memory is that of a goldfish. So yeah, this flank is scary. Should have used Randolph here. Well, we still can. Okay, so Carolus, you were the guy with leverage, yes. Use him like here, maybe? For now. And then reposition here. There's also Wolf with leverage, though. Well, we'll see. Right, and Fahad takes this spot, I think. Despite the clear danger. So the question is, yes, so Hakon gets rotated here and then moves here, I think. And that makes it a bit awkward with Randolph, but we should be fine, right? We've done these battles without major difficulties. Try to make sure I will have the 3 allies, of course. 88 instead of 95, I think. Let's go for this one. Okay, and the wolf here. Probably, but I can wait on that. And now, like I said, let's rotate there. And then you probably hold. We could actually use the spear wall. Yeah, that makes sense. That means I can use Randolph in a different way. So move like here and we spear wall next round. Probably. Probably. So how do I use Randolph if so? Well, there's going to be space here. I don't know. And I'm fine with Balduin taking all of the risks. If I move all the way here with Leonhard, is that a good idea? It definitely holds plenty of them. I could also just move here, which handles this gap. I think this might be better. So you just stay there. Maybe I should have repositioned there for Inspiring Presence. Well, too late now. So these targets will be dead. I want to leave at least one of them though, so I can activate Berserk for Hakon. Maybe here is fine actually for Horik. It's a little bit risky, but if I'm using the spear wall, then it should probably be mostly fine. Probably. Probably mostly. Also, yes, Tostig does have the actual spear mastery, but I'm not going to use spear wall with him, I don't think. Since he's way too vulnerable if that fails, and he's far more valuable than Balduin is. Also, do you have more resolve? You should have more resolve, right? So we do inspire Hakon already. Now that's good. If I move here, I mean, that's definitely perhaps too risky, but I would be inspired on Tostig. Let's just do that, and then that. And now I will lower the combat speed. 1.5. Okay, and the wolf, yeah, there's space there now, so move in. Go for this one. Alright, so Randolph. Well, I've actually managed to block him, so maybe he waits. He doesn't have the unstoppable yet anyway, so just waits inside positioned like this. Sven goes for disarms. Focus on the flails, those are far more deadly, since they ignore the shield. Right. 2 attacks on this one. So this one gets killed probably by Dieter or Hakon. Let's focus on maybe this one here. The thing is, if I leave space though, one of them, because they have Vigorous Assault, they can reach Wolf, and that's not going to be fun. So I think Dieter actually goes for this one. So we leave at least one of these. Well, I guess I could go for both with Hakon. Target this one once and then go for this one perhaps. They're also dazed, so it's I'll have this backline. Okay, never mind. Let's go for one of these here. Nice headshot. Though, did you have Headhunter active? Maybe you did. Well, actually you didn't, since you have it now. Alright, and then let's clear some space here. This one is fleeing. Alright, could have left at least one of them alive though. Maybe I should have for Tostig. So we might be taking a nasty hit, but he does have the anticipation as well as the bone plating. So it should be fine. We'll just end there. We don't really use this for action points for anything, I don't think. And now that this happens, Tostig probably waits as well. Peter does not wait. Let's go for this one. And then this one. And I suppose we'll start indoming already. Do nothing else. And you reposition here, use the backup plan and hold steady. The wolf could wait, but I could also just go for the berserker here. Needs to die anyway, so might as well start. Okay, and now we spear wall. We'll see how that works out. Manages to hit the... Oh, that's annoying. So that was actually quite the high chance there for one of them to hit Dieter, but luckily didn't. Spearwell has immediately failed. Alright. Anyways, Randolph's turn. There's now one here. That needs to go ASAP. Because it's next to Fahad and Wolf. Anyways, I was annoyed that one of them managed to hit Sven with a punch. I'll actually take a look. What was the chance there? That took out the bone plating. Chance 15 hits. Okay. And against Dieter... Chance 25, yeah. So one of these days I might really regret putting Dieter in a situation like this, but this is hopefully not that day. Anyways, Randolph, you need to go for it. Okay, does take this one. Only one star. This is a rather nasty spot. I think we need to move Horik out of there, and we just have to accept that Balduin might even die. Well, might not have the chance to move Horik for a while. Dangerous. Dangerous. 26 misses. They really love to not engage with a tank, they just go around. Anyways, can we kill this with someone else? Seems like we can, but this is probably still the target to take. Good job, Randolph. Just hold your position, I think. Okay. Please go away, thank you. One use out of anticipation remaining. Did that get... I was hit in the bone plating. Why does that take... Oh, god damn it. Why does that take an anticipation charge? That's annoying. That is stupid, I'd say. So shouldn't... Is it the meta to not use anticipation with bone plating? Oh well. It is what it is, I guess. We're also being flanked here pretty soon. That's not good. I think I've kind of screwed this battle up. I mean, we'll win, obviously, but... I might have gotten someone killed. Anyways, I could try to move here to block, because these are squishies in comparison to Hakon. Would need to dodge a 67 Orc Berserker chain though. Maybe worth trying that. I mean, likely succeeds as well. Maybe this spot is better than this one. Maybe. We still have the bone plating effect for Horik. Yeah, I think I'll go for it. Chance 21 fails. Oh, what the... Why did you... Oh, is it because this one is fleeing? I guess so. Because you don't have Spear Mastery. Well, anyways, went for Balduin, who spearwalled once. We've also been hit on Leonhard by a 13%er. Well, we had the Indom effect. Seems like this camp is definitely nastier than the ones we fought earlier. Anyways, soon enough Dieter and the others will kill enough of these stupid berserkers for all of this to be just a memory behind us. Just go for damage here. Going for the flank. Okay, I'm kind of hoping one of them gets next to Hakon so he gets inspired. That would be a Berserk activation. But then again, there's a Berserker here waiting, so, well, not waiting now, but might be going for that spot once it's cleared. So how big of a risk is that? It is a risk. I suppose I could, after all, despite saying I wouldn't, use the spear wall. For now, though... Yeah, spear wall does make some sense. Not sure how much, though. Also, will the Berserk activation actually help? Yes, I could attack again after that. I guess if I go for this one with Dieter, then this one will be locked in. Okay, I'll be a bit... Oh, never mind. Whoops. Miscounted. Well then, in that case, I guess I wait and see where I want to reposition. Okay, one of them did go for Hakon. The wolf is doing work. Sure. Alright, Helmer, wait and let's decide in a bit. Okay, so now I could reposition here. Well, I can try that. Just keep this one in place if so. Success. And you just attack here, I guess. This one is back. Okay, so repositioning with Tostig. Maybe here? No, that's too close to the danger, the real danger. Maybe just move like back here. But am I moving there with Randolph? Maybe. So in that case, maybe like here. Now that I've managed to block most of them there, I don't necessarily need to reposition Helmer much, but I want to do it for Inspiring Presence, perhaps. Where would that be? Maybe here? Maybe. Actually getting next to one Orc Young that's breaking isn't that bad, surely. Surely. So that's a fine move. Fine-ish. Actually move there, yeah. Okay, so Helmer. You're already inspiring Hakon and Balduin from Horik. Carolus with, let's see, 48 initiative. So one of them might take this spot, after which one of them can move past that one. but shouldn't be able to attack. That's a bit of an unsafe move, perhaps. Couple of potential nasty orcs in there, nearby. I guess I just inspired Dieter, so move like here. We'll have to reposition Fahad anyway, so the 3 ally thing doesn't really matter. Alright, so Randolph helps here, perhaps. We can perhaps kill this one. Yeah, I think so. And then, since you might get stunned, you wait. One more bites the dust. You just hold where you are, I think. They're being indecisive. That one decided to go for it. Alright, if I rotate with Balduin there, I can attack twice with Hakon, so I guess he waits. Carolus is probably safe enough there for now. Yes, should be so, so attack there. We'll see if Fahad gets 3 allies after all, now he has a target. I think Sven does want to hold where he is to protect Carolus, if nothing else, for now. So I guess I'll lose the decisive now. Better than getting stunned. Just wait. Go for this one. The wolf has missed the 90. Alright, well, it's a dangerous move, but go for it. Rotate. Oh, you're back. Okay. Uh-oh, this one might go for Carolus. Semi-scary. A little bit. Alright, so Tostig is left here. Goes for this one, I guess. Let's get it. Moves here. Probably. Or here. Just go there. Alright, so we still have the bomb plating here. I guess I could go for the Berserker there. Or just this Orc Young. Actually, let's do that. One hit was enough. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Carlos has been hit. Should be fine though. There's not enough of them left. Tostig is also engaged though, as well as Helmer by one of them. Not sure if necessary, but let's do it. Alright, wait, because I maybe want to move one tile. There we are. Alright. Here we are. Tempted to recover, actually. Just to get the Fresh and Furious back. Probably not the right move, but it won't even matter at this point. Okay, and Randolph goes for this one. So now if I rotate Hakon, he can attack this one, right? No, I can just move. Bonk. 95 miss. He disarmed. One more. Oh, I blocked Hakon. Oh well. Okay, there we are. Very good experience out of that. Over 2,000 for Wolf. And Carolus as well. Dieter with 2,300 experience. Dealt 2,222 damage. 7 kills. Nice. So a little bit messy, but ultimately went very well. Leonhardt, level 12. I think I'll continue boosting melee skill. Because Resolve and Fatigue are basically good enough already. So we'll pump up hit points. So Fatigue won't be an issue because we'll have a Prophet of Davkul. And we might even use the second Wind Potion, I believe it's called. When the time comes, if he's going to be the Black Monolith tank, he might be. Currently, of course, he's our only real tank. Dieter, level 19. 99 melee skill. Wolf, level 9. Plus 4 melee skill, plus 2 melee defense, and let's get more fat instead of Resolve, I think, since Resolve will get fixed by him becoming, well, him getting candles as well as, of course, succeeding with the potential. And the perk point I'll put into Berserk. Carolus level 10 has reached all the way there without converting to our cause. Nice level here. So surely I will find some way to use fatigue, but I don't know. I'll just take the hit points probably here. Let's take the +3 hit points. +3 in the melee things as well. And let's take fast adaptation. Balduin, level 10. Max rolls melee skill. I'll take more fatigue as well. Okay, so Mace Mastery, question mark. And then he'll have 1 perk point to spend in something after that. Do I currently have a winged mace? I probably do. Yes, I do. So stunning opponents is obviously useful. Him as well, though, I suppose I could purchase spears for. Indom is kind of an option, actually. Might take that. It's going to be viable once I get the Prophet of Davkul again. Definitely not the best candidate for indoming, but anyway. Swords are okay. So what's the reach of a one-handed mace? Only 3. Noble sword is reach 4. Fighting spear is 5. I want to use a one-handed weapon so that I get the fatigue cost discount for this. Then again, is that necessary? Once again, once I actually get the Prophet of Davkul, that won't matter that much. I mean, it matters a bit, since I might do more than one. But I suppose we can keep it as an option to use a two-hander. Do I have a two-handed mace that's famed that I'm not using? I don't think I do. I could even try to do damage if I actually take Weapon Mastery plus Formidable Approach with a two-handed weapon. So the plus 15 melee skill might... plus the fast adaptation. That's an ambitious line. But it can work, kind of. Things to consider. Let's level Tostig here. He's level 10. Okay, pretty nice. Takes plus 3 melee skill, plus 4 melee defense, plus 5 range defense. And picks up Fresh and Furious, perhaps? Or Backstabber. I'll actually get the Backstabber. And we'll, of course, redo him if he succeeds with the potential. 1 level to go. So yeah, Balduin. What I could also do is purchase Hammer Mastery, or let's see. He has swords. He could actually use this. The well-crafted Wind Slasher. Reach of 6 as well. I think that might... yeah, maybe that's what I should do. Swords plus that weapon. That gets use. He has fast adaptation. He'll eventually hit things. He gets perhaps Formidable Approach to go along with that. So even with 65 melee skill, he can actually hit things, kind of. We'll have reach advantage. We'll have Formidable Approach, I think. And he already has the fast adaptation. And he will, of course, continue getting more melee skill. If not next level, then the levels after that. The maces do have utility, though. I already have one maze. Actually being able to stun Necrosavants, for example, is extremely valuable though, but then again, can I rely on Balduin being able to do that? Even with fast adaptation, not often. Definitely not often. So if I take Sword Mastery, yeah, it kind of has to be Formidable Approach unless I want to go one-handed swords, which I suppose I could as well. In that case, I could take Duelist. Once again, I would very much like to have those veteran perk levels so I could do more things. Options exist. I'll leave him with the perk point for now. I'll think about it. Let's go to Quadim, I think. So, let's see. There's still a bit of time before the next sacrifice can trigger. Two days if the wiki is to be believed. So let's quickly visit Quadim and then head back to Thunfest. I might even purchase an Indebted straight away so we don't have to come down south. So I am at 19. So now it's been 20 days since the sacrifice. We need one more orc location as well. There is, okay, Holy War thing here. Kurt the dog, the cultist. Well, okay, he's expensive, but okay. And I think he'll be let go. He has 2-star resolve, but no rally. We are still looking for a sergeant, but this is not it. 2-star range defense, no parry, no anticipation. He is not good. There is a beggar here. Well, okay. Not terrible, but I will let him go. Habib. Okay, so I could get a new Indebted already. Okay, I'm sure. We'll have 4. For a little bit. Husni ibn Latif. Okay, you... Oh, nice stars, by the way. 61 melee skill. Okay. Sure, buddy. Okay, let's call you... well, maybe not that. Junior. Let's call him Junior, since I already have youngest. The Indebted are marked like this, so I know which one has been with us for the longest, etc. And let's get some trade goods, let's get some food, tools, 1 throwing net. And that's probably it. Potion of Knowledge, okay, I'll get that. Alright, and back to civilization from... Well, okay, that's rude. Let's not say that. Back north. So I'm hoping, of course, we get the... Oh, this event. I'll finish my thought. I was hoping we get the sacrifice event soon. But of course, next to a tavern. Anyways, we are offered Oath-Taker armor for 9,000. I don't think we'll use it, so we'll pass. It's a bit late for this. We have famed gear already, so whatever. I obviously do have the money, but what ifs? Okay, so Thunfest... Could wait for morning or just go to Wesenstadt. Did I train everyone? Think I did. Seemingly I did. Still haven't made a choice with Vander. So he's definitely using one-handed weapons since he already has the offhand training and parry. So yes, it's either maces. Well, I guess I could make him the mace guy. Sure, let's make him the mace guy. And then the other one we can decide, but probably go with swords instead of spears. Let's take a look at his him. Let's put it like this. So he's rotating others. Well, if I do go with swords instead of spears, that does kind of a little bit ruin that, because with spears I could attack without spending fatigue. But yes, there is also the very valid option, I think, of getting... There's also this weapon, but I don't think he'd use that. But using this well-crafted wind slasher, well, yeah, it also has -3 fatigue cost in it. And we have finesse, so it's fine. It's kind of fine. Kind of fine. So he would get sword mastery and formidable approach, if so. And then we just use that two-handed weapon. Anyways, for Vander, let's get those maces. Kind of semi-forgot what I decided with him, but... where is he in the list? There. So unlock mace for Vander. Yeah, I guess we'll just do it. Alright, so Vander, you'll be a mace guy. And we might take Duelist, maybe, but there's other options as well. Fast adaptation might be kind of necessary. Duelist helps because of the +2 reach, perhaps more than the armor penetration. For now, he can use this fighting spear, though. So, yes, with Balduin... Against certain opponents, even this amount of melee skill, especially with formidable approach and the fast adaptation, is definitely enough, and against others it's definitely not enough. But that would apply with other weapons as well. Let's just commit to swords. You're now a sword guy. And we'll just go ahead and give him this weapon, and he'll probably die pretty easily, but like I've been saying multiple times, that's fine. Also, I forgot to sell these things because I'm an absolute doofus. We'll sell them at some point. Have a knife. You can have a net. What is the selling price here, though? 16. I'll just go with that. Maybe would get a better price at the city. That's very close by, but we'll just go with this. That can actually go. Alright, I'll keep some of these items though. So there we are. Let's go north again. Now it's day 374, so the sacrifice can trigger. Guess we just go to Finster Veiler. At least if it doesn't trigger here now. Which it probably won't. Out of curiosity, okay, we would have made a bit more money here. But we'll go to Lugn instead. Where we'll get an even better price, surely. Let's get 1 stack of medicine. Okay, and onwards to Finster Veiler. We might, of course, get unlucky and get the sacrifice in the middle of the wilderness while we do this, and that would mean that we might even lose a level 10 promise potential character, which would be pretty annoying. We have had 1 opportunity of crafting cocaine, and we did take that opportunity and used it. That's like the reliable way of doing this origin. But since we didn't find necrosavants in time, and now, while we know there's necrosavants around, the camps they inhabit are very, very nasty, so we won't be able to do those, at least for a long, long while. Hunt down webnects. Defend Minster Veiler. We might do both of these, actually. We'll hang around the taverns and get some experience and money. Webnects over here. Don't be so far, come on. Plethora of webnects. Okay, well, it's a leveling fight, despite of that. But how much of a leveling fight is it? Do I bring Mattis, who's level 1? Maybe not. Suhail and Vander, maybe, though. I'll leave out Leonhard. Let's bring Suhail at least. So this is going to count as an ambush, so that's potentially nasty, though. I think I'll leave the level 1 out of this. Most likely will be completely fine, though. So now that I remember, you go there, even though it won't count, it won't matter here, but Randolph, that is your spot. For now. Charge! Now, will the game screw us with the positioning? It seems like it kind of a little bit has. On the right flank. 46 webnects. Let's make this as fast as possible. And I will not activate this, I don't think. 25% more damage. Plus 10 melee defense. I don't know. I get to attack twice if I don't. Maybe we'll use it later. Okay, we'll probably use the Blitzkrieg later as well. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Sven over here. Tostig just does that, I guess. Either here. Seems like a cakewalk. Okay, Wolf, you get to do nothing, it seems. Yeah, we'll use the Blitzkrieg later, and even then it might be unrequired, unnecessary. So, Balduin with your new weapon and your 65 melee skill. Rotate in there. Yeah, I'll use this now. Even though, once again, unnecessary. Let's use those now. Some of them will be coming there, I suppose. Take the high ground and just end it there. It's fine. Just hold. Would be nice to get passing step for Balduin, since he is club-footed and doesn't have Pathfinder, so that's going to be one issue. Well, I've said it multiple times, he's not going to be with us probably for the long term, so it's completely fine. 27 spooters left. $23 left. Okay, so the rolling death effect is gone, but that's fine. Hmm. 15 left. Are you not fighting back anymore? It seems you might not be. Seems they aren't. Okay, well, let's just end here. It should be over. There it goes. Some XP out of that. Sven, level 14. More hit points. Hakon, level 13. Yeah, all of this stuff. Well, maybe I should have taken hit points. Well, too late now. Too late now. Also, yes, I do have the Potion of Knowledge. I should have drank that, so I guess I can drink it now, though. So maybe for Tostig. Or maybe for Wolf. Let's do the Wolf. So 3 battles of plus 100% XP. And right about now would be a good time to have the sacrifice trigger. Now? No? Well, anyways, we'll accept this contract. Defend Finstervale and its outskirts. So if it's going to be undead with ghasts, we'll probably still be fine. We have the undead trophy and we do have Helmer's rally. And surely it won't be that many. And it's likely going to be just brigands, probably. So let's wait around here. I guess I can take a look from there. See nothing. Well, it is brigands. 1 Hedge Knight, 1 Master Archer. Will there be a second group? I would imagine no. So it is a leveling fight. For the most part. 1 Highwayman. Several Raiders. So at some point, I suppose Mattis should be in the lineup. the level 1. Maybe now's not the time. Let's just probably go with the same lineup that we used. I don't want it to happen, but surely we will fail some of the potentials. And maybe we'll even get some people killed. So at that point, there will be room in the lineup. The Master Archer can certainly be problematic for low levels. Let's do the same lineup. A Hedge Knight with a flail. Once upon a time I would have been afraid. Should I still be afraid? I don't think so, not against one. Master Archer takes out the bone platings. Misses though against Hakon. It's Horik. So all damage was absorbed by the bone plating, and you don't have anticipation, so it's kind of fine. In any case, they seem to be content to not rely on their ranged superiority. And that works for me. Alright, so now that I did give Baldwin a weapon that can actually deal damage, in some situations his former main utility of rotating others is not quite as good. Well, there's a conflict of interest there. Here, though, I suppose I will do the rotation. Oh, whoopsie daisy, should have moved there. Oh well. Well, he missed a 95. Okay. Anyways, this is basically an auto-piloting fight, despite them having this Hedge Knight and Master Archer. Arming Sword for the Master Archer. That is a semi-nasty weapon against Sven, though. I'll just send Peter against him, I guess. This should be fine. And this as well. It's a little bit aggressive, but it should be fine. Can I get... well, doesn't matter. And indeed, I can get a kill there. Already fleeing, huh? Tempted to try to reach that, but can I rely on that? I'll just wait. Someone might end up next to him anyway, so he can attack. You do that and... just... I don't know, wait. They're already fleeing. Okay, Sven, you go for this. Postig. I don't know. Wait. Might be getting hit by that on Suhail. Oh well, that's just too bad for him. I guess I can rotate. Now it would be nice to have a one-handed weapon for that discount. Yeah, I'll try this. 13 only. Brutalized. I do enjoy the bonks in this game. Master Archer is still fighting. Well, good for him. And now he's not. No levels. But that's the contract done. Back to Finstervale. Enough Fermental? Yeah, sure. Couple of those. Reinforced nets. I could also make a Lionheart potion. That would use some parched skin, which I was saving for cocaine. But then again, acquiring the Necrosavant ashes is difficult, and we do have some of that stuff. Okay, I'll make like one of those, but if I do use it, it's probably in the Black Monolith. So a long, long, long time from now. Didn't even remember it had that sound effect, since I usually don't bother crafting potions. Let's have a preemptive drink. Stone pillars in the forest. We could surely do the stone pillars, the Kraken. With this team, I think. So once we find... Well then, no, we can't, because we need the Necrosavant Ashes. Oh dear. Well, even that will take time. A lot of time, because I'm going to prioritize making cocaine once we can actually deal with Necrosavants. There's a cultist here, but I'm at 20 out of 20. Would be pretty likely that he sucks anyway. Discovered talent, he does not suck, necessarily. He also has Brute. Bloodthirsty Brute, how fitting. Well, I guess I could get rid of this guy. Usni, the Indebted. If I wanted to, just to see about that cultist. I mean, it's just a bit of money, I guess I will. We'll need to find, of course, a new Indebted once the sacrifice actually triggers. 3-star ranged skill, 39. Absolute, well actually no. Mid roll for the melee skill, getting -5 from being a brute. Max rolls melee defense. Question is, can I even use that range skill efficiently? Not necessarily, since he starts so low. So he has crossbows and firearms as well as throwing. Projected to reach 84 ranged skill by level 11. The discovered talent doesn't really do that much in this situation, I think. Give some fatigue stars, perhaps. Melee defense stars, which, I don't know, aren't that fantastic. Melee skill would need to be max rolled basically immediately for that to do anything. I am leaning towards letting him go. As a ranged unit, he would need to go into the veteran levels to actually be decent. As a melee, I guess he could do parry. He doesn't have rotation, he does have indom. He could parry indom. Starts at 0 range defense, but that might be decent enough. So with the discovered talent, get stars added there as well as perhaps the melee defense early. Has a star in initiative, doesn't have flexible. Hit points are decent. Fatigue mean rolled. That won't eventually matter because of the Prophet of Davkul. So, in the end, if things go well, he would be okay in a very specific role. I guess he could go fast adaptation mazes. One-handed, of course. Something like that, perhaps. The thing is, though, the melee skill is low. The brute does hurt quite a bit, and he could have +5 more. He could have a starting star there, which he doesn't. If he had rotation, just that one skill, I would be more keen to keep him around, I think. Since that way at least he could serve a similar purpose to Balduin. Yeah, I think we can do far better than this, so goodbye. For now. Goodbye forever, actually, because we can't, of course, see you again, but you know what I meant. Escort caravan to Lugnistead. Well, there's a weaponsmith there. It's going to mess with our selling prices, and there might be ambush trade routes, but still. I'll get your food and your tools. Okay, don't give me the sacrifice just yet. Wait until we're here. Okay, right about now. Sacrifice? No. Well, we've made it. There are no ambush trade routes, so chance for something good being at the weaponsmith. There's one sword. Well, it's not bad, but no one would use it, I don't think. It does have enhanced damage. And I think more armor damage as well. Yeah, it's not bad by any means. It's better than this. Well, technically that means that it would perhaps see some use. I could also, if I really wanted to, use it on Balduin, and that means that he would have the fatigue reduction from double grip for the rotation. But that also means no formidable approach. How much was it? 10,000. Well, we can afford 10,000. 51 to 57. As far as damage rolls go, that's a semi-poor one, it seems. I think I'm pretty content with what we have. That's a decent weapon, of course, but we have so many options. One of them being a very nice one-handed sword already. Though it is a fencing sword, so ideally used by a fencer with some initiative, which we don't have and might never have. But I think we don't need that weapon, so we'll just leave it behind. A blessed thief, huh? We are looking for a bannerman. Would a thief make a bannerman? Not ideally, but maybe. Always some money. Despite the sacrifice looming in. Okay, he's mediocre. I will let him go. Nice starting melee defense though. Okay, now let's see what these are. Delivery. Drive of brigands at toppled watchtower southeast. One skull only. Caravan to Karga, we will definitely skip that one. Alright, so the sacrifice is looming. Once again, I could tempt fate to go to Hammerer Den. If it happens on the road, then someone very, very good might leave us. I think it's safer to stick around this area. Yeah, a little bit safer. No tavern at Eichholz, but there's a road to Hermanshof. Okay, selling price is 18. Let's offload some things. Not this. That's for checking prices. I'll sell this crossbow now. I don't think we'll use it. If we use a crossbow, so-called crossbow weapon, we'll use a gun instead. I'll keep those. Making a profit of 5 if I sell these. I suppose I'll keep them for now. I'll sell a couple of these mushrooms, but keep 4 of them just in case. Okay. I'll leave the episode here, so next time we'll be doing, of course, the same cultist things, trying to keep everyone who's not a cultist happy enough so they don't leave us, because the sacrifice might be here soon. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.